First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, whom rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And what I want to get into today, how, there's a victory that comes in restraint. There's a victory, all right, that comes in restraint. And one thing about this ministry is we have to be disciples, okay, before we become teachers, And when we first come into the ministry, there's a level of discipline, okay, that we have to learn, okay, in order, to have a full understanding and also to be conditioned, all right, to endure during the things that are to come, And one thing about this society, it teaches you to have no restraint. It teaches you to go for it, be impulsive. That beast, mindset, okay? This beast system teaches you to be like a beast, just to be instinctive and go off your nature, okay? But Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, one thing about the spirit, gives us restraint, okay? Knowing when to fall back, okay? Knowing when, okay, it's time to do without, all right? Or having the mindset to be able to go without, okay? Because as we, speak about rulership, well, before rulership, there's a thing of patience, okay, and restraint that has to be showed within this society. Because we're going to be in position, the Most High put us in positions where we're forced, to wait. And while we wait, there has to be a restraint. When you go into that word patience, it means suffering, the ability to suffer, okay, particular hardship as you wait on a desired outcome, okay? So restraint is a heavy trait that we have to have within this ministry. When you read, all right, the book of, Wisdom of Solomon, okay? This is Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 15. It says, I started at 14, it says, whosoever seeketh her early, and this is wisdom, okay, shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at her doors, okay? He shall find him sitting at her doors, which is what? The doors of your mind, So as we have focused a lot of our energy on learning and growing in wisdom, now wisdom is at our doors of our mind, okay? And with this wisdom is used, okay? This wisdom is used to show restraint in particular areas, okay? Verse 15, it says, to think, therefore, upon her is perfection, okay? For it says, to think upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. It said, who that watcheth for wisdom shall be quickly without care, because once we learn true wisdom, we learn, okay, that this is a false reality, okay, that we live in, We learn that, hey, this is a damn false reality. You see? We learn how things are supposed to be, so we look at how things are, and now, because we're moving in the perspective of this wisdom, this earth becomes greatly devalued now. You see, before wisdom, we had a high, okay, we had this place in high esteem. We had people in high esteem. You know, think about 10 years ago, we would have been followers of Kanye and Kyrie. We would have held those men in very high esteem. Okay, but through wisdom, we understand, all right, that those men, okay, are not to be followed. Those men don't have value over the true men of Yahweh Shem Shai that's teaching and preaching on a daily basis. But that's through the perspective of wisdom. And then it says, wisdom have you without care. You know? And that's another thing, like when you really get into wisdom and understanding prophecy, like what Yahweh Shai is coming to do, you know, it'll have you without care. Okay? Because as a man, you know, you want particular things, you want to be appreciated, you know. But then with wisdom, you find out that we're going to get everything on the back end, and it's going to be eternal. Okay? And we don't care about the praises of these people of being popular in this society. Okay? We don't care how we look to the nigga woman, because there's a lot of men, okay, that this society holds in great esteem, but they make decisions based on how the nigga woman look at them, man. You know, you look at these certain rappers and entertainers, they do things and make decisions based on how the nigga woman view it. They value system is based on the values of a nigga woman. We don't have that, man. Okay? We could give, you know, two shits about how people view us, as long as Yahweh Shema Shai, okay, is showing interest in us, man. Because that's how a woman should be towards her husband. She doesn't care about the status quo of this society or what society thinks if her husband is pleased with her. Okay? Nothing else matters, man. But that comes from wisdom, because wisdom have you without care. We don't have to, you know, live up to the standards of what this society calls success and prosperity. Okay? Because wisdom has made us without care. And then and there's going back to that victory that's in restraint. Because that's where Eve, you know, the elder brothers, Elder Zahab, Elder Kazak down here, those two brothers went into it, how, you know, Jake, they got disciplined, all right, that takes away the power from Eve. You see, Eve's power comes from Jake's lack of discipline. You know, all the power that the nigga woman has comes from niggas' lack of discipline, man. Okay? Niggas accept, you know, niggas deal with Eve and have no standard for Eve. But Eve still get the perks. Okay? That come from them simp niggas that can't live without a woman. You know? That's what pretty much that power come from, because she know she always gonna have some niggas in her back pocket. No matter how out of pocket she is with her behavior, her character, she knows there's gonna be some niggas in her back pocket regardless, man. Them undisciplined niggas, man. You see? That's what her power, her leverage it comes from. But if every Jake was disciplined, what you see now, Jake, all right, all the goddamn Thailand on your ass, okay? Now you see that power, you know, slipping away. But the hell with Eve, going back to the bigger picture, okay, is that this wisdom is making us without care, and that's why it'd be nothing for us to lay down our lives if need to for Yahweh Shai, to take loss in this society for Yahweh Shai, because wisdom is making us without care. Okay? Going back, it said in verse 16, it says, for she goeth about seeking such as worthy, all right, of her. See, we have to be worthy of wisdom. Wisdom, okay, it's not gonna dwell with niggas, man. It's not gonna dwell in somewhere where there's no discipline, because wisdom can't be fully efficient if there's no discipline being showed, man. Okay, it takes discipline to execute, all right, and to teach. You know, there's a discipline. Like you got, there's times when everybody else is doing something, but discipline has you researching. Okay, discipline has you, all right, putting things together, editing little clips, you know, downloading and editing clips, taking pieces out. Okay, that'd be good for the edification. You see, it's a discipline in doing that. Reading, you know, just sitting down reading. There's discipline required for that, man. Okay, that's why she says she seek whoever worthy of her. If we don't show particular characteristics, what happens? Wisdom starts to depart. You see? So she seeketh who is worthy of her, man. Okay? It said, showeth herself favorably unto them in the way, and meeteth them in every thought. Wisdom should meet us in every thought. Okay? Our decision making, our judgment. Okay, wisdom. See, one thing about wisdom, you can pretty much have counsel. It's like you having counsel with a whole nother person. When we have this wisdom, you know, when it's time to make particular decisions and you're pretty much in your head, well, it's you and wisdom, okay, seeing what's the best move. Because a lot of times there's a precept for every situation we find ourselves in, and that's the counsel. So wisdom meeting us in every thought. You know? Keep going. And it says, for the true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. For the beginning of her is the desire of discipline, man. Okay? The restraint. All right? Because we live in a society where your lust, okay, you can just have a buffet on your lust, whatever your lust might be. You can have a buffet of it in this society. Okay? But wisdom is it has there's a desire of discipline that comes with gaining wisdom. Okay? So understand that, look, brothers want to do a live stream at 4 o'clock, you know, on a Saturday, you know? Well, there has to be a discipline to not to overindulge, okay? To stay at a particular level so you can be, okay, on point. There's a discipline that got to be shown, so throughout that day, okay, there's a particular restraint. You see? Afterwards, you know, you can kind of, you know, let your hair back. But then there should be a type of restraint, you know? So when that time comes, you know, you're apt to teach. You see? And that's just a small example. But all throughout this ministry, there are times where major restraint has to be shown, okay, in order for us to be efficient in the ministry, man. You know? Keep reading on. I think a brother put that definition up there for restraint. Yep, it's the brother Yashima, tribe of Judah. All right, this the brother Yashima, tribe of Judah. It says restraint, a measure or conditioning that keeps someone or something under control or within limits. You see? What does it say? Matter of fact, before we read long, let's get that in Corinthians. Okay, what did the Apostle Paul? I'm gonna get in the blue letter and get that word. And that's a trait of nobility, to have restraint. That's why scripture say, woe to thee, O land, when thy prince is a child and eateth in the morning. Okay, and they're going to eat in the morning shows a lack of discipline. Okay, because kings will wake up and they will handle all their serious affairs in the beginning. You know, they won't eat, to midday. You know, because they will be handling their serious affairs. Like the first thing on their mind wasn't feasting, okay, and parlaying. But no, a king will handle his serious affairs first thing in the morning, okay, and then he will eat, as I say, towards midday, okay. So when the scriptures say, "Woe to thee, O land, when thy prince is a child," which is what, immature, okay, and eateth in the morning, no discipline, okay. What we have to understand, we're being conditioned to be, rulers, man. Okay? And there has to be restraint within rulership because our decision making is going to affect, all right, several families. Okay? Our decision making is going to affect several families, man. All right? So when you go to 1 Corinthians 9:25, it says, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. And you go into that word temperate, okay, in the Greek, which is enkrat euhama, in the Greek. And when you go into it says to be self-controlled, to be continent, to exhibit self-government, to conduct oneself temperally. Okay? Self-government. Because we have to govern our own selves, okay, within this ministry, and restraint has to be shown. Okay? There's Jake. They got trash baby mamas off of what? Lack of restraint. And their life is miserable. And it's all due to a lack of restraint. It was based off an outfit, you know, that he seen that night. And on the flip side, there's women that got trash niggas, okay? It's baby daddy. Multiple baby daddies is trash because of what? No restraint. Okay? She heard about how, how good he was in bed, has no, nigga has no qualities, you know, of a head of household, but no restraint. Now you have trash baby daddy, trash baby mamas, and then and your life is through. You see, there have been altercations, that people have gotten into. Now they're dead and in prison because of no restraint. You know, people make, have like a lot of people in this society. They can make a decent living. Like you have people that make, a lot of money, but have nothing to show for it because of no restraint. You know, to accomplish anything, hey, there's a discipline and a self-government and a level of restraint that has to be shown. Okay, in the diet, even going to a diet, there should be you should have a restraint. That's why you have, Levitical diet. That's the most I setting up a diet, okay, that had a restraint in it that what will preserve us, man. He put limitations on what we could eat and what we couldn't eat, man. Okay, for what? For life. And when you go into it, everything that the Lord set up was basically to forward life, man. Okay. So going back, I'm gonna go back here to First Corinthians 1, First Corinthians 9:26 says, I therefore so run, not as uncertainty, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. Yeah, so he said, but I keep under my under my body and bring it into subjection. You see, they're restraint. All right, and there's a victory in that, man. All right, even you sisters, man, that show restraint, they're saving yourselves, you know, to be accepted, by the men of the Lord. There's a victory in their restraint, and the Lord is seeing that. And us men, as we, all right, stay locked into Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, all right, and not going astray, not going out the other doctrine, not choosing, things over Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, having their restraint, okay? Because, hey, even there's a limit. The scriptures say, when thou art around the indiscreet, which are those that are not in the know, observe the time, You can't be too engaged, with this society, man, or these people, man, okay? Everything is a limit to how much, we're around, okay, particular things and people. And some things, wisdom has us to cut it off completely, man. So going back to this definition, then I go back to wisdom of Solomon. Restraint is from the brother Yashima tribe of Judah. It says a measure or condition that keeps something or someone under control or within limits, man. Okay? And there's a power in that, man. There's a power by not being a slave to your lust, man. There's a power, okay, of not being a slave to people's opinion. There's a power in not being a slave, okay, to the status quo of this society, man. Okay? There's power in there, man. So going back to Wisdom of Solomon, I'll finish it out. And then we have restraint based on, we know we finna get everything. We finna get the best of the best in everything, brothers. You see? We these little temporal things now, it really not a big deal. Going back to wisdom, making us with having no care. And it says, verse 18, back in Wisdom Solomon 6 and 18 says, and love is keeping of her laws, and giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption, and incorruption maketh us near to the Most High. Yeah, there's our obedience should be increasing, man. Understanding their righteous way, their standard better, hey, our obedience should be increasing, man. And it says, in incorruption make us near unto the Most High. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. See, our restraint and our discipline is keeping us in check and preserving us for the kingdom to come. But we not making all these impulsive, crazy decisions, jacking our life up, okay, or worried about things that don't even matter, okay? Because as men, we got to have a mindset, man. Look, if we got to go in by ourselves, it is what it is, man. We always, of course, a woman, that's in order is a beautiful thing. Even, in this society, partial, partially in order, she's helpful. That's a great thing, man. Okay? But even in that, as a man, like, we really have to have a mindset to where, if we got beat by ourselves, can't have that spirit, can't breathe when you, talk to me, that spirit, Like I said, a woman is a great thing. But even on the flip side, as a man, and knowing what we're here for, man, We have to have the mindset that, hey, if all else, fails, man, so you're gonna go in this thing by itself, man. And we pray for our households, man. We pray our whole household make it, man. Okay? Just having the mindset that, okay, I can't be over concerned with that. You see? Because we got so much coming and we can't be, overly concerned with these things, man, these minuscule things, you know. And it says, verse 21, if your delight be in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. And that's what we learn to do, is honor wisdom so we can reign forevermore. That's the end game. You see? So restraint is necessary for the victory, man. And restraint, all right, takes away the power that this society has on us, the pull that this society has on us, because it makes us without care. Okay? So Lord will you brothers and you few sisters edified. Till next time I say shalom. Call me Yasha Allah Baba Ball. DTA soon. Shalom.